Cool. Nice. Hey everybody, this is Greg. Typically I'm your live stream host, but tonight I'm going to be coaching Omaha Central. I'll try and keep the camera focused in, but I'm not going to be doing live score updates and things like that. Maybe I'll get one in at the end of each round or periodically when I remember to. But most of them will be focused on coaching Central. So you're tuned in. This is semifinal 3. We are going to live here from Metro Community College. You can donate to support the work you're about to see at ltabomaha.org, ltabgreatplains.org. You can share this link, youtube.com/ltabomaha. Let people know what you're watching, what they're in for, and all the sort of majesty that they're about to see. In this bout, you're going to hear from Millard South and Millard North, Norfolk High School, and Omaha Central High School. So this is our last bout was really great. We had a really competitive bout. Came down to the wire between Scott and Waverly. Prep was in the mix there too, and Omaha Northwest was not too far behind. So it's been a really competitive night so far, and bout 3 of this semifinal round seems like it'll be no exception. The winner will be going on to the finals next week at the Holland Center on the 17th. So be sure to check those out too. We'll be live streaming those, and you can also just come and watch them. Geez, get there if you can. So yeah, that's what you're in for tonight. You've got Omaha Central, Millard South, and Millard North in a regional grudge match, and then Norfolk High School, a premier school in this competition, that have been just dynamite so far. So you can expect a lot more of the same from them tonight, I think. So I've got to turn the mics off now so we don't get dinged for copyright stuff while we wait. But we will be live in just a little while, and we'll be there with you, and we'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, we like our processed foods, particularly the ones for breakfast. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We have 4 teams competing tonight, and those teams, in the order of the first round, are Omaha Central High School, Millard South High School, Norfolk High School, and Millard North High School. Are going to take turns reading poems. The first 4 rounds, you'll probably see a lot of individual poems. There's, say, 1 person on stage. You also might see a group poem, or 2, or 3, or up to 4. Of somewhere between 2 and 4 people. We also, and so what's going to happen, the poets are going to come up, they're going to read a poem in 3 minutes or fewer. If it goes beyond 3 minutes, 10 seconds, we start docking points. And we can all boo linear time real fast if we want. We can say, boo linear time, boo linear time. Okay. Poet gets done, we clap like crazy as soon as they're done. So this is a chance for us to practice like clapping. We're going to show them what you love. It's a big room. There are a lot of us. And then we have 5 judges. If you are a judge, would you please wave your scoreboard in the air as though you care very much and you're intending to listen really closely. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. These 5 judges are going to take that poem and give it a score of a 0.0, which means it is the worst poem they've ever heard, and they're thinking about pulling like a Back to the Future, except what they'll do is they'll go back and be like, hey, poet, what have you read there? Which is really mean. We're not going to do that. You're going to hear some really great work tonight. A 10 means it's so good that the poets, the audience, started levitating in your seat, and then you transcended to a new dimension wherein you can hear this poem like playing over the whole world all day, every day, and it's great. Okay? Yeah, it's going to be great. So that's 0.0 is like really bad. 10.0 is pretty good. That means the judges, these 5 judges who are here because we convinced them that maybe there would be treats, and who are judges because they don't know anyone in the room, that means they have all the power, right? Yeah, not actually. You, the audience, you guys have power. What you can do, you can, like in the middle of poems, be like, yeah, that's a really great line, I'm going to snap. You're like, oh, that's a really great line. I'm going to otherwise express my appreciation in a way that's both respectful and appreciative. There are lots of different ways you can do this. This isn't your, like, let's listen to a poem and everyone golf claps really quietly, so that way we don't disturb the golfers. You can actually, like, make noise. Judges give a poem, so a poet gets off, a poet comes up, reads a poem, the poem's amazing, all of you are levitating in your seats, you make appreciative noise. Then when one of these judges gives that poem a 3.7, what noise can you make to show the judges that perhaps you are not in agreement with them? You can do that. You can also, if you are feeling like a pirate, go "Arr!" Pirates are sometimes scarier. I'll leave it up to your discretion. Okay, we're going to get this thing started here in just a second. In the interest of creating the safest and most inclusive space possible, we ask that our poems not contain profanity, sexually explicit or pornographic language, gratuitous violence, racial, ethnic, gender-biased, homophobic, religious, ableist, or otherwise discriminatory slurs, speech, or language. If that happens, we start docking points. All of that's going to be on our bout manager, Matt Mason. Let's everyone wave at Matt Mason. Yeah, that's Matt Mason. He'll be keeping track of numbers and of rules and all the other things. And we're going to say, forget the rules. Let's hear some poems. Okay, so are you ready to start? Are you ready to start? Maybe. You're not sure if you're ready. You have no idea. I can tell. Okay. You're not actually ready. What are we missing? We are missing blood. So here's what's going to happen. We have a poet who's going to come up. They're going to read their poem. This poet is not competing tonight. But the judges, you guys, are going to pretend like the poet is competing tonight. You're going to score this poem as you would normally. Remember, from a 0.0 to a 10.0 out to a single decimal place. If you decide to get cute and do something like 3 pi, I'm going to make you rewrite it. Inside my heart will be happy, but I'm going to make you rewrite it. And then this will be your calibration. So every poem that you hear for the rest of the night is going to be scored relative to this poem. If you like a new poem better, score it higher. If you don't like it as much, score it lower. At the end, somebody will win, and that person will go to the finals. So that'll be pretty okay. Let's clap. And then clap. I'm going to instruct you to clap. You're going to clap. You're going to create all the love in the room and all the noise in the room. And we're going to bring up our clearing poet from Westside High School.
west side. Not competing, but these things are still pretty cool, so. Yep. This one is called What Is One to Do? Sorry, it's not. I mean what? Okay. What is one to do when all you can envision is an impending visit from the cops inquiring about the latest teen statistics? The nightmare is the same every time, a few brief knocks followed by the shuffling of stony authorities inside. With an accusatory glare, I'm told the fates of those I've been tasked to care for and have ultimately failed, proven by his preface. We found this letter stained red with regret. It has been addressed to you and only you. Beware its contents. We're sorry to inform you we found one hanging blue in the face from feeling blue for so long without any air to breathe. We're sorry to inform you we found one lying in their own bile. The dosage was too high and tolerance was never high enough. We're sorry to inform you we found one drowning in pools of their own blood. The incisive said more than her words ever did. My brain finds it impossible to digest the horror that's been thrown at me, to process my negligence and ultimate betrayal. The letter I hold in my hand holds the final testaments from those who in their final moments expected me to be there. The finale to this tragedy of which I tried so hard to make a comedy is shaking in my grips and ending without notice. I finally draw the strength to look down at my death sentence and begin to read the very first sentence that hurts more than anything else. Dear Peyton, you are not to blame. There was nothing to do for me. I was a lost soul anyway. Thanks for trying to find me, I guess. But how could this even be remotely true? It's got to be against some rule that there's nothing to be done. It doesn't work like that. But I guess mental illness doesn't really care about what is or isn't the norm. When one moment there's laughter and then deathly silence. What is one to do when your friends are so far down the well that Lassie just can't save the day like she's used to? When starry nights and bleary days have passed by, spend drilling into their heads that they are pretty, that they are loved. When years have dragged on and from the first day you've completely run dry of new things to say, but the onslaught continues. When every day someone makes sure to remind you that they don't want to exist, they still suffer through it all as a favor to you. What is one to do when every plea to put down the knife, untie the knot, becomes incessant and genuine peer pressure? When every syllable that leaves your lips is thrown out the window with every precise pinprick of a blade on the inside of her thigh? When hours on the phone wrapping your words around the receiver like a pair of warm arms go unfelt through the unabashed sobs? When the moment she walks out of your house and is out of your sight, the smile will fade and she'll continue to die on the inside without witness. What am I to do when any day now I expect a notarized resignation letter officially withdrawing from the resistance of suicide campaign? You know, if you repeat something enough, it loses all its meaning. At least that's what I was told when I reiterated my mantra of I love you, I'm here for you. And yet some words, no matter how much they are said, still leave their scars behind, still invoke the same prayers, still hold the same meaning. They mean that you can't keep a body afloat if it isn't breathing, that sometimes CPR can't keep a heart beating. What am I to do when even I've started to crack but can't piece the broken fragments back together with glue? What am I to do when there's no one left to try and stop me, even if no words can reach us that far deep? Maybe no one listened because I am a bit of a hypocrite, though I fear the letter I sometimes write letters of my own. There are bruises around this one's neck, scratches on this one's thighs, and tears running down another's face. My lack of assistance roughly translates to enabling these behaviors. Dead bodies are piling before the world's eyes. They claim their voices were silent, rather they were deaf to the screams that I hear every day. And yet, what is one to do? I now pose a question to you in the form of a letter.
So the current vote from the West Side High School judges. I'm going to give you a second. But what's going to happen for poems after this is I'm going to get on the microphone, I'll say 3, 2, 1 scores, and you'll hold your scorecards up in a fashion that lets me read them, and you will keep them up until I'm done reading scores. Okay, so practice this one, nice and slow. 3, 2, 1, scores please. From low to high, you have an 8.0, 8.7, 8.8, 8.9, and a 9.0. Let's give a round of applause to the Millard. Okay, we're almost ready to start. I need you to do a favor for me, though. Some of you have pocket computers in your pocket. If you would, please, Make this so that it can't make noise in the middle of somebody's poem. I bet you have a sweet ringtone. I'm positive you do. You all seem like you're way cooler than I am. But if I hear that ringtone during a poem, I might have to ask you to take your phone call outside, which would be really sad. Which would be really sad. Okay. Second thing, we're going to thank some wonderful people. So we have DJ Crampton. We have our videographers and photographers. Wait for that. Let them know that they're loved. We have our live stream. If you have people who cannot be here, and if those people would like to be here, you can catch them with your pocket computer. YouTube.com/LTABOmaha. YouTube.com/LTABOmaha. We're broadcasting live. Everyone wave to the internet. This is the internet right here. Hello, internet. I'm so glad that you're here. Finally, we have two ASL interpreters, Tara and Pamela, which means that our events are accessible. Let's wave to them too. Yeah. That was great. Okay, are you ready to slam? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, hey, so these microphone stands are all sorts of wonky. One way that you can adjust the mic is by using this twisty bit down here, which will then let you lower or raise to figure it out. The other way that you can adjust the mic is with this twisty bit right here, which with sufficient twisting will let you raise or lower and so on. We'll get it figured out. If you get stuck as a poet, if the microphone just isn't doing what you want it to do, holler. One of us will help you. All right, now we're ready to slam. Yeah, sort of. There we go. I think I'm gonna break everything. Not on purpose, but not actually. All right, cool. So in the first round, we're going to hear from poets in this order. First, Omaha Central High School. Second, Millard South High School. Third, Norfolk High School. Fourth, Millard North High School. So let's clap, and let's keep clapping all the way until the poet is on the stage for our first poet from Omaha Central.
Hello, I'm Abigail Jeffrey from Omaha Central High School. People keep saying they are waiting for the zombie apocalypse. Well, people, it's already here. So hide down in your bunkers if that's your escape, but you're hiding from yourself. Pick up your chainsaws and machine guns, but the brothers and sisters are the zombies. We are the walking dead, walking through the same routine, kind of like sheep, except not, because sheep at least have wool to offer. Our skin is already ripped and shredded by the insults that tear at our beings. Our minds are already lost. This is why we pick at the brains around us, trying to make sense of what is going on. We mumble and groan so that the ones listening can't make out our actual opinions. Man down, he's been bit. Yeah, I know, he's been down since the moment his mommy handed him an iPad at the age of 3. Fixated on the images that mean nothing. Sent to school to learn the laws of physics, but what we're actually learning is how many times you can look at the clock hand before it moves to the next tick. How much skill you have at texting in class without getting caught. How many problems Mrs. Riley has with her marriage. That ain't learning, that's surviving. The streets are desolate. Everyone is hiding in the darkness. The only light visible is computer generated. What happened to our generation? Where we have an alternative definition for the word apple, it's not something you eat. In fact, it consumes you. You have a thought, tweet it. You have a picture, Instagram it. You have a story, Facebook it, just so long as you don't face me. Because this is our new reality. We've become so narcissistic, living in the age of the selfie. Tell me that's not apocalyptic. We sit in front of computer screens, shooting the dead people looking for brains, shooting ourselves in the back because this won't get us anywhere. Everyone's so excited about the beginning of the end. Sorry to disappoint, but it's not much of a thriller. We look to society for every answer. How skinny should I be? What clothes should I wear? But occasionally, you see a human. Someone with a purpose who knows if we wallow in destruction, we may never find redemption, who isn't hollowed out by the white noise of our existence, because the cemeteries are big enough for the masses, and our carcasses will suffice. And when the sun burns out, when the light bulbs flicker off, when the electricity stops running, the ones who have ignited a fire within themselves, those are the ones who will survive.
All right, judges, 3, 2, 1, scores please. From low to high, we have a 6.8, an 8.0, 8.9, 9.0, and a 9.0. But how do you feel about the poll? Yeah. Let us clap for and keep clapping as we welcome up to the stage our next reader from Millard South High School.
I'm Shelby Nichols. I go to Millard South. And this is called It's a Girl. The day I dropped into this universe, the only things I registered were fluorescent, bright, cold gloves. The sounds spilling into my uncultured brain would never be as beautiful as my mother's heartbeat. I was cupped in God's hands. His words would haunt me long past when I became doubtful that he was any more than an illusion. It's a girl, as if the status of my conscious existence was in deliberation until the moment I could go from being naked to swaddled in my first label. Despite an open-minded mother, bathrooms adorned with no trespassing signs made me a lawbreaker. There may as well have been crime scene tape over Legos and boxer briefs. I could see it outlined in the gray-blue streaks of my biggest supporter's eyes, read, "Don't fight me for those boys' jeans. God promised us you would always shop in the girls section." Portraits of her disappointment reflect off nail polish stained linoleum as I wait for steam to cloud a mid-toothpaste mirror. I twist searing metal past hot, brace myself to be suffocated in uncontrollable panic. Don't shake, or this razor will cut you. Legs scream feminine, no matter how baggy my jeans are. At the grocery store, I can see them add my curves to my total misgendering, but I don't know what the correct pronoun is. There is no correct pronoun. The only things I see when I look in the blurred mirror are too big of hips and too big of curves. A spider can't make my chest the right shape. My hands are too small. I am too soft for androgyny. Anxiety is eating at me. Stop eating, stop eating, stop eating, stop eating, stop eating. Scrubbing at my skin can't make it stop itching. Why is the water never hot enough? Why does it still burn like acid? Why haven't I grown a new skin yet? Why haven't I grown a new skin yet? The steam streams around my outline, makes it hard to breathe. Seams crisscrossing flesh from too much ace. Wrap my arms over my chest. Feel notches where my ribs shifted, making room for my heart to split. Sick, like the days I stayed home because I couldn't hold it together. Together, hold it together. Feet together, hands at your sides. Conditioner sits for 5 minutes. Breathe. Wrap 2 towels to cover unchanged shame. Repeat tomorrow. I know there are ways to defy the shape I'm encased in, but hormones and surgeries would only serve to switch the sexes of my anxieties, so I will remain a pendulum pulled only by the gravity of my day-to-day shifts and self-destruction. To my body, I will try my best to appreciate you, but on days when I fail, I'll paint bruises like blush and my embarrassment. Maybe someday you'll scream, cave in to this echo of abuse. These ribbed walls may crack and fall. I can hear the fractions.
High School judges, 3, 2, 1. Numbers, please. From low to high, I have an 8.9, 9.3, 9.4, 9.9, and a 10. Let's keep that applause going as we welcome to the stage our next reader from Norfolk High School.
Hi, I'm Vicki Clafter. I'm from Norfolk High. And the title of this piece is Bulldozer. A bulldozer sits in front of me, its massive arm poised and ready to swing, ready to dash my last wall standing, the fourth wall standing between you and me, forget it. Because now I am bared and naked to the world, bared and naked to you. For many years, my concrete foundations have rocked in this lot of land locked in sandy dirt that grass was never able to grow in. A bitter heart occupied my rooms. She was raw, she was raged, she was so lonely for a love she always turned away at the threshold. And at night, when I cradled her in my creaking, groaning embrace, she leaked. Words of distrust and hate and tears that spilled onto my hickory chin and spelled out the sentences she would never pronounce, and she served the sentence for a crime she would never plead guilty. She leaked, and it seeped into my cracks until I was just like her. Towering weeds took firm root and grew up my walls in twisting, choking vines. Grimy shame and dead flies who came a pain away from reaching freedom created a layer of glaze over my windows until no one could see out. Waste and decay built up and broke down over the stairs, the furniture, the papers from different eras until my soul was a pit and we were both rotting from the inside. Then one day she left one more time and she came back. Now I do not rock, I tremble. A stabbing wind cuts through my vandalized windows. I am assaulted by the branches, slicing and chipping my paint until it becomes particles of dust that will not blow away, no matter the strength of the gale, the rain, the snow, or the hail that batters my lonely walls. We are the same. I see her in my blind eyes, crouched in the corner of that clean white room, nurses with daggers, probing and dicing, but never touching. That is her deathbed, but I remember she always slept in a chair. Subtly. And then with a scream of rust and power, the arm swings, it dashes out my last wall, it chokes out my last breath. And I wonder, would I still stand if she had let someone enter my door?
From Norfolk High School judges, 3, 2, 1. Numbers, please. From low to high, I have a 7.8, an 8.9, 9.0, 9.1, and 9.3. Let's give a round of applause to your poet. And then let us keep the applause going to welcome up to the stage our first poem from Millard North High School. Keep the applause going, people. Like, actually applaud.
Hi, I'm Karina, and my heart is beating super, super, super loud and fast right now. And thank you so much. And this is a poem I wrote about my best friend. It's called Chloe. Your name is Chloe Nicole Tesh. And once my dad told me that family was more important than friends, and all I could think of was how I loved you more than anything else I could ever imagine. Sometimes my love for you spills out through my chocolate brown eyes, the ones I love more on you than me. I'd met you in painting class, or maybe it was drawing, but it doesn't matter, because between the yellow-colored pencil we sharpened down to low, or when I picked all the other Savage Kids out of my bag for you because I knew they were your favorite, between that, we found a spark that ignited flames, that started a forest fire, that blanketed the soil and made the earth new. And on that new earth, they say home is where the heart is. And when I step into your home, the first breath that I take is the only one I need to know that my heart lies there with you. My favorite thing to do with you is to sit in your kitchen and eat crackers and talk about how the fruit in the basket might as well be wax, because we both know no one eats from it anyway. Sometimes I wish I could shrink you down and keep you in my pocket so as to protect you from anything that could ever hurt you, because who said your knight in shining armor had to be a boy? Sometimes I'll eat an extra 3 slices of pizza so that you won't feel insecure about your hunger, even though you shouldn't. Because I hate when you can't see how indescribably beautiful, perfect, amazing, fantastic you are. Because I've seen you at homecoming dressed to the nines. I've seen you in a band t-shirt and shorts. I see you at school every day. Sometimes I wish I could pull you on a vision parallel to mine so that you could see the indescribably beautiful, amazing, fantastic person that I see every day. Because you are not measured by the percentage you scored on a test, or by the number on a scale. You are measured by those who love you and those of whom you love. Your 2.5 cups of love and laughter. Half a cup of hilarious, a tablespoon of good music taste, 1.5 sticks of I can't believe you're mine, mixed on way too high, baked at 85 degrees, because when you put it in a calculator, it spells booze. And when I pull you out of the oven, everything I've ever needed in life is golden brown right in front of me. Your name is Chloe Nicole Tesh, and once my dad told me that family was more important than friends, and so I told him that you are my family.
Another report from Millard North High School judges. 3, 2, 1. Numbers, please. From low to high, we have a 7.8, 8.6, 8.8, 8.9, and an 8.9. Let's give a round of applause to the poet. And then let us keep that applause going as we welcome up to the stage our next reader in the round from Millard South High School.
And I'm a senior at Millard South. And this is called For My Ugly. My mom told me a picture was taken of us the second I was born. But when they printed out all of the photos, that particular one came up black. Take one glance at me and you'll notice the bright red lipstick. Take a second glance and you'll call me a pretty girl inside your head and say to yourself, God, her skin color is beautiful. No, I am not beautiful, not pretty. I'm an accidental one-night stand. I was a wanted abortion. I am ugly not because I look it, but because I have seen it, smelled it, touched it with my hands from the dirty carpets of an ant-infested apartment somewhere in East LA, from afternoon naps on strawberry shortcake polyester sheets, Sunday night watching mom and stepdad get drunk and fight it out. I am from a family that never was, secrets of the insane calling up from the vents into my ears as I lay on the top bunk waiting for answers in the middle of the night. Though my skin comes from a man I'll never meet, my eyes come from a woman who I sometimes wish I didn't have to know. I am ugly, ugly, red slapped skin from the time I drew a boat on the wall. I am that still to this day for doing that. I'm still a nigger to my stepdad for being the darkest of my sisters. My ear still aches from him pulling it too hard as he dragged me from the couch to my bed. My skin still burns when I try to fall asleep. Sometimes I think he's just gonna walk in, pull down my pants and hit me so hard the only sound that comes out of me is a muffled shriek. My world has never been safe. My heart has never not been broken. My heavy German shoulders carry excuses in the word bitch so that my mom doesn't have to. She has enough baggage as it is. She carries guilt for not finishing high school. Well, I carry guilt that if I wasn't born, she might have had a chance. I carry with me the rope she tried to hang herself with on my birthday. I guess 13 really is an unlucky number. I carry with me the sweet scent of her aqua di Gio from when she was my mom, when she wasn't a miserable 40-year-old woman with regrets hovering over her jail cell of a mind, even though she lives by the saying no regrets. I carry with me jars of peanut butter, because that's all there was to eat, as my sister and I watched them lose their minds over not having money. I can still taste the peanut butter stick to the roof of my mouth as she stomped around the apartment and made my glass of milkshake. I can still feel her grabbing me, telling me not to touch that or Daddy will spank me. I carry the memory of someone locking me in a dark closet when I was little and sounds of laughter, because I guess it was funny. If it was so funny, how come I wasn't laughing? How come I'm the only one who remembers it? I am from a place made up of broken hearts and crushed dreams of not being like the generation before. I am from liars and cheaters, from keys dropped your noses, from I'm sorry, baby, it won't happen again. I am from Raymond, don't call me a bitch in front of the kids, from freshly sliced skin after a good fight. I am from potheads that never got out of the smoky haze. I am from ugliness, but it doesn't bother me that I'm ugly. What bothers me is that I'm the only one who sees it.
South High School, one, numbers, please. Loda High, 9.1, 9.2, 9.4, 9.7, 9.8. Let's give a round of applause. And let's keep that applause going as we welcome to the stage our next leader from Norfolk High School.
Hello, I'm Jade Rao from Norfolk Senior High. And
3, 2, 1, numbers please. From low to high, we have an 8.2, 8.8, 8.9, 8.9, and 9.0. Give a round of applause to the poet. And then let us keep that applause going for your next reader from Millard North High School.
Hello, my name is Jacques LaRouge. I'm a sophomore at Millard North. And this is my poem. She sells seashells by the seashore, but then she was sued right out of her store. Multi-conglomerate businesses had the rights to the sea, but the sea is for everyone, said she. Ah, but not for thee. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? A woodchuck could chuck wood. Everyone asks how, no one asks why. The woodchuck is alone after 3 addictions and 2 wives. His life is meaningless. He was delirious. All he has is his job chucking wood. Now such. So please don't ask how much. Peter Piker picked the peck of pickled peppers because he's homeless. Low wage means worthless. His job on the farm left him starving, and he's so sick he can't outbark. And one peck of a pickle wonder. Oh no, farmer saw dead in the dirt. How many cookies could a good cook cook up a good cook could cook cookies? Here's a question. Would it satiate the corporate greed? Would it stop the big businesses? Is the answer I need. Could he cook up a recipe to cure the economy's health? Could he bake a way to evenly distribute the wealth? Oh, he's no all-powerful master. He can't explain this recipe for disaster. She stood on the balcony, inexplicably mimicking hiccuping, and she amply welcomed him in. She says, when it comes to luck, you're certainly lower. I don't see how you couldn't not prevent foreclosure. The crying family in the other room packing their things in the boxes. They were the rats and the banks were the foxes. Minimum wage can't support a wife and 2 kids. Barely supports 1 man on the government's bid. Isn't it funny how some things can be so simple and innocent, and with one twist of the tongue, they're completely turned around? So when Congress is debating hot topics like the economy, welfare, and homelessness, why are they always twisting their words into knots until they can knot a knot they've tied their tongues into? So the next time you see a congressman, tell him, cut it with the tongue twisters.
From Millard North High School, got the 3, 2, 1, numbers please. From low to high, we have an 8.0, 9.0, 9.1, 9.2, and 9.8. Let's give a round of applause to the poet. And then let us keep that applause going as we welcome to the stage our next leader from Omaha Central High School.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Jenny.
I'm Kelsey, and we're from Omaha Central.
This poem is dedicated to Central's JROTC and to all past, present, and future members of the armed forces.
Tears and teeth fall the stone, it catches blood,
Bullets.
And bombs.
with open arms, welcoming death like an old friend.
There are feet and dust clouds as people run blindly. God, too, has turned blind. He does not see their fear. He sees no
Innocence or death.
He mimics the children who stare wide-eyed but will never know another sunrise. This is when normal men lose hope.
These are not normal men. When God does not answer prayers, they do not run away. They breathe, count to 3, run towards slaughter and away from sanity.
Soldiers. His name was Daniel Tyler Lee. He stood 6'5", loved to laugh, an eternal optimist. a husband,
father,
Son. Sergeant.
one.
His first tour in Iraq was fought with his brain, with reckless rounds clinging from his fingertips like he had nothing to lose.
He loved excitement in the Kentucky soil he was raised on.
2.
His second tour was fought with his heart.
Filled with fear for what Afghanistan could give him.
Car bombs and carnage keeping him from home.
His heart was his pride. It stood for his family.
Friends.
And country.
With every beat, he knew he was further from chaos. He was reminded of why he lived.
He never got to 3.
On January 14, 2014, a Taliban group issued a surprise attack on Daniel's troop. And with enemy eyes holding the fear of their own, death looked him in the eye and shot him in the chest.
Owing his last breath with terror, taking his last heartbeat. He was 28 years old.
I wonder if Daniel's last thought was that he'll never get to play catch with his son.
Or maybe he thought of the tears of his wife when she was told her love was coming home but couldn't tell her goodbye.
Maybe it was that his mother would never straighten his tie. His father could never tell him how proud he was.
His sister would never laugh at his jokes. His friends were dying with him.
I wonder if Daniel took a breath and counted to 3. Daniel Tyler Lee was one story among thousands like him. One story so much like the story of those who have walked our halls.
High school innocents traded for battlefields.
Lives lost and changed.
In Normandy, Korea, Vietnam.
Eagles who have seen both world wars. They are a continuing history.
Courageous students who have seen the horrors of war, who have breathed and counted to 3.
Who have given all they could.
Their names are put on the list of the lost, but their stories are seldom told.
Realize that soldiers are not statistics. They are human beings. When you analyze numbers or match a name to a picture, note the light in their eyes.
Wonder when the last time they kissed a loved one was. Question whether or not they knew it would be the last time.
Every tally mark is
a talent,
a smile,
a dance
that will never be seen again. Pause to think about what is lost at the pull of a trigger.
1,
2,
3.
Omaha Central High School judges, 3, 2, 1, numbers please. From low to high, we have an 8.8, 8.9, 8.9, 9.0. Sorry, scores back up, please. I got lost midway through. Okay, 8.8, 8.9, 8.9, 9.0, and 9.0. There we go. Round of applause for the poet. And then let's keep that applause going as we welcome up to the stage the third reader from Norfolk High School.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Strong. I'm from Norfolk Senior High School, and I'm a junior. This poem is entitled, My Love for You. Oh, how I love you. In the morning, the first thing I think about you, and I live my days in pure excitement over seeing your beautiful face. At night, I fall asleep with you on my mind. My dreams are consumed with none other than you. A day without your warm body holding mine makes me the weaver girl and you the cowherd, banished to 2 different sides of the Milky Way. A life without our love would be a life full of darkness, tears, hopeless misery, and cold feet. Socks, how I love you! In the morning, I jump out of bed and sprint over to my boxes filled with you. I'm always delighted to see you neatly sorted into categories of knee-high, through, ankle, mismatch, and simple. Choosing a pair is always uphill. Is it a holiday? Which one? President's, Valentine's, Easter, National Day of Fun, Halloween, Christmas, school is now done. I have socks for every single one. I have socks with alpacas and my favorite cartoons. I have socks with stripes, dots, boats, and balloons. I have warm socks, soft socks, coarse socks, thin socks, tight socks, stretchy socks, big socks, and small socks. If I could, I would sit with my socks all day. Hide and go sock is a game we would play. Online socks are great, I could buy them all day. But when shipping is slow, it totally rains on my parade. That's it. What if
There was a parade of socks. Goodbye to Macy's on Thanksgiving Day. I'm looking at socks and marching them through the house, crying in pleasure and squealing like a mouse. I love socks. Socks with cats, bats, baseballs, argyle mustaches, and famous paintings. Disco balls, brains, candy canes, and various campaignings. They come in so many colors, shapes, patterns, and designs. I just can't deal with it. I love socks. But I'm sorry to say, my obsession with socks has taken all my money away.
Norfolk High School judges, 3, 2, 1, numbers, please. There we go. From low to high, 7.0, 7.9, 9.0, 9.0, and a 9.1. How do you feel about Paul? And let's applaud and keep applauding as we welcome up to the stage our next reader from Millard North High School.
Hello. All right. Hi, I'm Blake. I'm a sophomore at Millard North High School. And this is a poem called Pretty Boy. To be a man, you must know who the quarterback is. To be a man, you must erase all traits that may be soft or feminine. To be a man, you cannot cry in front of others. To be a man, you must be brave. I was 4 years old when I wore my first dress. The skirt was pink tulle and the gossamer sleeves barely kissed my wrists. I was a fairy saving the world with my sparkling wand. That is, until Dad came downstairs and saw me. His face was broken and turned to stone. Didn't he like my dress? I was 6 years old when I got my answer. No, he didn't like my dress. Pink is for girls, he'd say. Are you really taking that Barbie, he'd say. Society started to snuff me out like a candle at just 6 years old. I was 12 years old when I started to glow again. I came out of the closet when I was 12. It was boring being in the closet. It was dark and khaki-filled, and worst of all, there was no pretty boys to look at. Frustrated and angry, I kicked down the door that had kept me hidden within myself since day one. Now, here's the thing, though. Coming out isn't as easy as everyone makes it sound. There's a lot of questions I want answering that you won't know the answer to. Like when your ex-girlfriend asks you if you ever even really liked her. I know I liked your shoes, but honey, that's about all I had figured out. You won't know a lot of things. You won't know why your best friend doesn't spend the night anymore. You won't know why he doesn't wait for you by his locker every second hour. You won't know why he doesn't say thank you when you pick up a pencil he dropped. You won't know if he even misses you too. I was 15 years old when I found out that all boys aren't like Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid. They all only wanted one thing from me, and it was my job to protect myself from them taking that. I was 15 years old when I also became a thief. My stepmom worked at Sephora and had totes full of pigmented possibilities. It started out with one Revlon mascara. Pretty soon I had a sizable stash in my locker. It wasn't long before they found out that their only son was wearing makeup at school behind their backs. I was stripped of the girl that I had gotten to know in the mirror. I know I stole. I did my punishment and paid back what I owed. But I just wanted to see on the outside what I felt on the inside. I'm 16 years old and I still can't go to school with makeup on. I still can't wear a dress in front of my dad. But to be a man, you must be brave. So when I'm 18 years old, I'll take myself to Sephora and buy that perfect shade of red MAC lipstick that I waited so long for. When I'm 19, 20, 21, and every age after that, people around the world will protest my right to exist and love like everyone else. But being brave is letting your fire burn and knowing that people will hate you for who you are and what you do and doing it anyway. So even when my feet hurt and my black stilettos, I'll remember the pain of all those before me that allowed me to wear them.
Millard North High School judges, 3, 2, 1, numbers, please. From low to high, it's 8.5, 9.1, 9.4. 9.4. And a 9.4. Let's give a round of applause for Noah. And then let us keep that applause going as we welcome to the stage our next reader from Omaha Central High School.
Hello, my name's Nathan Check. I'm from Omaha Central. And the title of my poem is called She Was Beautiful Like Cancer. When I first met her, my tongue acted as a lighter as I flicked the tip in her direction while she held that cigarette between her lips, kissing it in a way that made me think to myself, oh my God, I have never been more jealous of a cigarette before in my life. I refused to bite my tongue, as I refused to put out the flame behind my teeth as it danced from her addictive lips laced in nicotine. And for all of those who are wondering, yes, I could taste the death in her breath. But because actions speak louder than words, I was encouraged to those deafening noise that she's heard, for she had a heart of gold that refused to be sold for anything less than perfection. But according to my therapist, I am a perfectionist. I'll never live up to our expectations, simply because I keep asking myself the same questions over and over again. Can a mortician recreate her smile? Can the warmth that she radiated be brought back to life with a blackened matchstick that she used to light her very last cigarette? Or no, she wanted to quit. But helpless. And I would make the great mistake of turning her into my home, and right now I'm feeling pretty damn homesick because death has been ringing her doorbell ever since she was 14. Depression spread throughout her floorboards while pestilence knocked on the back door. Her eyes were nailed shut as her fireplace coughed up the smoke and fumes that dirtied the glass. Picture frame memories faded not to let go of the past. Her paint was chipping while TV channels were skipping through the homemade videos of her and me. Small bit dating all the way back to the day we met over 4 years ago. And while she was laying in her deathbed, I would do my best to remind her of every beautiful moment we shared. Over 1,460 days of late-night calls ending with teary and laughter. Over 35,064 hours of no regrets. Over 2,103,796 minutes as she has been living inside of my head, and I am living proof that homeless doesn't always mean hopeless. All I wanted was for the light in her eyes to reflect the same amount of joy in mine when we said, I do, the first and last time. And before she could leave this world behind, she said, you know, I prefer to be remembered and not forgotten. So don't be the dirt that covers my coffin. Instead, be the flowers that make love to my gravestone. And as long as a part of me lives within your memory, I will always place home. And to this day, I still see her burning in every flame released from the lighters of those who should know better. I can still feel her clawing at my lungs. Every cough I hear sounds like her last breath. The smell of cigarettes is more appealing to me than the smell of flowers. Especially ones that bring her to you. And I kiss smokers for trying to move on. But I guess it isn't really moving on. But I'm not here to warn you about who you fall in love with. I'm here to tell you to embrace it. Just let it happen, because I can guarantee you that if it ends, it will be worth the heartache. Because I will never forget the day that she placed the end of her cigarette with my lips. And I will never regret the moment I kissed her back.
The poet from Central High School judges. 3, 2, 1. Numbers, please. From the low to high, we have an 8.7, 8.9, 9.2, 9.4, and 9.7. Let's give a round of applause for the poet. And then let us welcome to the stage our last reader in this particular round from Millard South High School.
Let me see if I can get this. Okay.
Sarah Jensen. I'm from Millard South High School. And this poem is called Pretty Girls. I've never been a pretty girl. In elementary school, when other girls got Powerpuff Valentines and pocket chocolates, I was ripping dead grasshopper guts from the bottom of my dirty pink Barbie backpack. I sat and watched as every boy I'd ever loved rip their hearts out and offer them up as sacrifices to goddesses eloquently crafted from the pages of a Playboy magazine. No, I'm not a pretty girl. My eyes are the color of a dying wet fart, and the quivering smile that was plastered on my face is composed of nicotine-stained teeth and broken dreams. My crumbling thighs and asymmetrical breasts combined with my question mark spine scream rejection, as do the tally marks that cross my muddy veins. Tally marks etched into these brittle bones to remind myself that I'm worthless and unlovable. My heart is a bitter lunatic who, despite countless pats on the back and affirmation post-it notes, tears at my translucent skin in agony. His love and wilting flowers lay abandoned on my doorstep because I can't help but notice the way he looks at other girls. His eyes never wander far from their 2-inch thighs, and when we make love, I see glimpses of tiny waists and golden faces dance around the edges of his ecstasy-encompassed pupil. All I've ever wanted was to be wanted. But girls like me are left to rot in towers made of inadequacies because no knight in shining armor wants to save the ugly, and my fair hair is far too weak to support a hero's frame. I may be ugly, but if you look past my flawed form, maybe you would find someone worthy of your time and compassion, perhaps even worthy of your love. I may be repulsive, but damn it, I can love you like they can. I can make you feel just as good as they can. I can shed my larva skin and transform into something beautiful if you would let your arms be my cocoon, but you refuse. And I find myself slitting my wrists and watch as you use my crimson ink to write love letters to women that are not me. So tell me, what do I have to do to make you love me, make you see me? Should I padlock my mouth shut and give you the skeleton key, slice off every inch of flesh, clamp my legs in for 24-hour access, shove my fingers down my throat till my collarbones resemble devil horns, run till my feet become bloody tree stumps, paint my lips and cheeks the color of an open wound, crack open my ribs, and Parador may feast from the remnants of my broken heart. What do you want from me? Because baby, I'll give you it all. Just love me like you love those pretty girls. Just love me like you love those pretty girls. Just love me like you love those pretty girls. Love me the way I wish I could love myself.
That was your poet from Millard South High School. Judges, 3, 2, 1, numbers, please. Loda High. You have an 8.6. 8.9. 9.5, 9.5, and a 9.7. Let's give a round of applause for Lois. And then let us keep that applause going as we welcome to the stage our next reader in the round from Millard North High School.
Hi, I'm Trisha Hughes, and I go to Millard North. And this is a poem called Girl. Girl born, girl named, girl branded, girl saved, girl lost and never found. Girl dresses and bows, girl hair and curls, girl dolls lined up in a row. Girl talk back, girl smacked, girl pushed down, girl don't strike back. Girl lips zipped and hands on hips, girl dresses and bows and curls. Girl, all girls lined up in rows. Girl says yes and she is a whore. Girl says no and she's a slut. Girl says maybe she's a tease. Girl, keep your mouth shut. Girls stay silent. Girls still get hit. Girl, unzip lips. Girl, don't take 1 in 3 adolescent girls in the U.S. are victims of verbal, sexual, or emotional abuse. If only you hadn't put such a target on your back. Girl, unapologetic. Girl, scream while others hiss. Girl, reclaim the dirty word. Girl, call herself a feminist. Girl, make others angry. Girl, make others laugh. Girl, get herself in trouble. Girl, piss off the staff. Girl, now in real trouble. Girl, tied down and gagged. Girl, get laughed at by the boys. Girl, drugged up and shagged. 1 in 4 women in the United States are sexually assaulted within their lifetime, but you're probably just asking for it. Girl will not stop fighting. Girl stares those boys down. Girl wants their blood soaked to soak her dress. Girl wants blood to soak her wedding gown. 75% of women with low self-esteem will engage in activities such as drug abuse, eating disorders, and alcohol abuse, but you just want attention. Girl always taunted. Girl caged in like a dove. Girl cries behind the shadows. Girl forgets how to love. Women are nearly twice as likely as men to suffer from depression, but you're just making it harder on everyone else. Girl holds final protest. Girl lets them believe the lies. Girl has no more words to scream, and girl has no more tears to cry. 2% of rapists are convicted, but you ruined that boy's life anyway, you dirty, dirty slut. Girl, oh, so always taunted. Girl sick of being shoved. Girl lets her blood soak her dress. Girl kills the caged in dove. Twice as many women than men attempt suicide, especially younger in life, but it's not like you had it that bad anyways. You're really just selfish. Girl unborn, girl unnamed, girl burnt and branded, girl never saved, girl lost forever, girl believed the lies, girl abrupt ending, girl always dies.
That was a poet from Millard North High School. Judges, 3, 2, 1. Numbers, please. From low to high, we have a 7.8, 8.8, 9.0, 9.5, and a 9.6. Let's give a round of applause for poet. And then let us welcome to the stage our next reader from Omaha Central High School.
Hello, my name is Zach Taylor. I'm from Omaha Central High School. You'll never find me without a pair of jeans on. The strong denim wear made for a true working man because the sturdy material was easy to repair. At least, that's what Nana said. Before I blew out 13 candles, I hated jeans. Give me khakis, slacks, sweatpants, even short shorts. But never would you catch me in faded blue jeans. My Nana would buy me them every year for Christmas. She wanted me to wear them because, according to her, jeans look handsome on you, Zachary. After all, they represented her. Nana taught me how to be a gentleman, to work hard like a man should. At the age of 5, that meant pushing a grocery cart, and I was able to hold the door open, you know, as long as I had the handicap button. Nana taught me how to laugh. She showed me what music was. Elvis, Sinatra, Louis, and Ella. We listened while we ate breakfast, gave me lessons on finances and women. I didn't understand why I was learning so young until the day Nana coughed up blood. I was 6 years old when Nana was diagnosed with lung cancer. She asked me to wear the jeans, but I told her no. I don't want to wear the jeans. They scratch my legs. Besides, jeans are like a tumor, not a part of me, just a piece of clothing that irritated me. Except Nana's tumor was cancerous. Mine was benign. But she'll survive. At least I kept saying it. And I was right. She did survive lung cancer. But the next year was liver cancer. After that was breast cancer. Lung cancer came back. She kept surviving the cell's ruthless attacks. After beating cancer 5 different times, my Nana was tired. In my room, I had a stack of jeans that Nana gave me. As the years of cancer broke her down, they grew darker in color. It was November of 6th grade. Nana was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Mother asked me to wear the black jeans, the last pair that Nana gave me. This time I agreed. We were speeding to their house. The sun was setting when my dad's phone began to ring. I never saw my father cry until the day that my Nana died. The black jeans did not scratch anymore. She was in her bed, quietly asleep. Nana isn't gonna wake up this time, but I'll never have her cooking again, watching Law and Order after 9 and then waking up at 10. No more Elvis Presley records being played in the background, and no more jeans at Christmas. A few days later, I walked up to her casket, a smile on her face, a tear running down mine. I'm wearing the black jeans you gave me, Nana. I know if I had half the strength that she had, I could make it through anything. Because Nana was my mentor. She taught me so much in so little time. Nana was a survivor. She made it through all of life's obstacles. Nana pleaded with me to wear the jeans because they were strong like her.
Now we should call it from Central High School judges. Put a number on it and show me that number in 3, 2, 1. First, please. Judges, you guys are so good at being speedy. Thank you. From low to high, we have an 8.3, 8.7, 9.0, 9.1, and a 9.2. Let's give a round of applause to the poet. And then let's keep that applause going as we welcome to the stage our next reader from Millard South High School.
These poems have got me. All right, my name is Courtney Bierman. I'm a junior at Millard South High School. And this poem is called Wednesday Nights. At 10 p.m., the traffic light at the intersection of 110th and Harrison spots its red and green for flashing yellow. Flashing baby yellow. A shade much lighter than that of a standard traffic light, the color of spring daffodil buds and melted butter. I love this traffic light. Every Wednesday night last winter, I passed beneath it in my inherited Pontiac after spending the evening with my friends watching American Horror Story. We vowed to watch every episode of the 3rd season together. Episodes ended at 10 o'clock, but we'd stay later. Laughter keeping the door shut. The honest kind. The kind that brings sore cheeks and stiff abdominals, falling actions, oh my God. I never left without telling everybody how much I loved them. I meant it. I always will. Because I don't think they know how much they mean to me. How lonely I was before I met them. Or how much I hated myself for lisping through introductions and not being able to get through the day without saying something painfully awkward. But these friends didn't make me think about those things. I only thought about how I could make them laugh, how we were going to accomplish everything we said we were going to accomplish, and how quickly the night was passing while they brought out the best in me, the me that snorts and spits and flails, the me that can't watch Sweeney Todd without singing along, and who can't do that unless somebody sings with me. They always sing with me. When I mention my girlfriend, there are no follow-up questions. They know she's Helena Bonham Carter. They don't think it's weird that I want to take a road trip to Villisca, Iowa to see a house where 8 people were axe murdered in 1912, because they've already been twice and have agreed to go a 3rd time. These friends answer my questions about sex. These friends make me feel like I have a place in the world. These friends actually seem to like having me as their friend after more than a decade of indifferent companions. The last episode of the 3rd season of American Horror Story aired in January to poor reviews from critics and viewers alike. We were disappointed too. We had issues with Cordelia's character development. None of us cared about the Zoe Kyle romance, and our baby Misty Day was sent to an eternal hell. But even more devastating than our dissatisfaction was the end of our Wednesday nights, where there was always a steady supply of pizza, mini donuts, and love. Where the cold air flowing through the open door shocked my system after being so warm. Where I could pass beneath my spring daffodil bed, melted butter, flashing baby yellow traffic light, knowing I could do it again the following Wednesday night.
That was a poet from Millard South High School. Judges, numbers please. You guys don't even need to count that. You're so smart. From low to high, we have an 8.7, 8.9, 8.9, 9.2, and a 9.3. Let's give a round of applause to the poet. And then let us welcome to the stage our last leader in the fourth round from Norfolk High School.
Hi, my name is Jose Carranza. I'm a freshman from Norfolk Senior High. The title of my poem is My Childhood. It has been 11 years. I'm standing here with my mom in a big empty field, a place where that big red house used to stand. 11 years later, and that's all that's left to symbolize it, an empty field. All of those nightmarish memories rush back to me. I check my clothes for the stench of smoke. I feel my cheek for the sting of pain, where my dad's hand fell upon it with the force of a truck so many times. I know I shouldn't be scared. It's gone. The big red house has turned to dust. When you think about the perfect childhood, do you think of the basin full of drugs? Well, mine was never the perfect happily married Christian couple. The 5 kids, 3 girls, 2 boys, and a golden retriever named Buddy. Life became real, really fast. When I think about mine, I remember the horrid smell of spilled stale alcohol and the stench, no, the reek of beer coming from my dad's mouth as he screamed at me, "You were a mistake." The chemical-like stench of crystal meth cooking in the basement, the marijuana lingering in my clothes, the screams filling the house. "Ya no más, papi, no les pegues, papi, por favor, ya no me pegues, perdón, apárale." But that's just it. He didn't stop hitting us, even after my mom asked him not to, even after I said I was sorry for nothing that I did. It never stopped. I was asleep, just a small child of 4 years old, dreaming of child's things like presents and candy. That's when the first shot rang. The sound of the bullet piercing the wood in my childhood. I awoke in shock, wondering what was happening. I yelled for my mom, "Mami, mami, ayúdame," but she couldn't help me. My mom ran from my room in fear of losing her youngest son. Luckily, neither of us was hurt. We found out that police had come that day to arrest my dad. The police officers stopped the shooting but continued the torture. They forced us to use the same bathroom at the same time. Even after all that, I knew I had shame in my little heart because of the fact that they would take the violent monster away. Mi papa. My dad. 11 years later, I'm standing here with my mom in a big empty field. The big red house is flattened out. They brought a big yellow bulldozer and tore down chunk by chunk, and along with every inch of wood, every piece of my childhood. Any trace, gone. My childhood, gone.
That was your poet from Norfolk High School. Judges, 3, 2, 1. Numbers, please. From low to high, we have an 8.6, 9.0, 9.2, 9.2, and a 9.4. Let's give a round of applause to the poets. Okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to take about a 3-minute break for a quick coaches meeting and also sound check before we start the 5th round. The 5th round will feature a 4-person group piece from each team in an order that gets decided at the coaches meeting using some sort of magical mathematics. It's not actually magical, it's regular math, but I guess it actually is magical. In the meantime, If you would like to purchase a shirt such as this one, you might have noticed yourself strangely attracted to me. They're available over yonder for only $15. Only $15. Unless you're a student, in which case they're $10. If you'd like one of last year's shirts, they are only $5. Only $5. Okay, if you are a coach, go that way. If you are a poet, and you need to run your poem very quickly, you will have about 3.5 minutes. If you're an audience member, maybe use the restroom, maybe high-five the person next to you, maybe go buy a t-shirt if you want. Yeah, we'll be back. gazelles. I'm gonna lift this microphone right behind you now. Try as hard as I can not to commit injury. Thank you, sir. Okay, yep, it's all good. Thank you so much. This is the rightmost microphone. Up close. Rightmost microphone a little bit farther away. Second to rightmost microphone up close. Second to rightmost microphone a little farther away. Third to rightmost microphone up close. Yeah, it is. Third to rightmost microphone a little farther away. Leftmost microphone up close. Leftmost a little bit farther away. Is there any way I can have this one? Yeah, do it. I might have to untangle a little bit. Alternatively, yeah. And then you can just tilt this a little bit this way, and we can tilt this piece that way. And everything. That's a really good question. I don't understand how technology works, and so I will not be very useful for this. Yeah. All right. If we could have all competing poets and also all audience members back in the room in like 30 seconds. If you're a coach and your poets aren't here, please go track your poets down. If you're an audience member and your friends aren't here, please consider sending them a not passive-aggressive text to be like, hey, we're going to start in a second. Please come back. We miss you. Goodbye. Do we have all competing poets in the room? So the team from Omaha Central, are you here? Yeah, so yeah, that's okay. The team from Millard South, are you in the room? Great. The team from Norfolk, you are also in the room? Great. And the team from Millard North, are you? Yes, you're here. Good news. Okay. We're going to get the 5th round started here in a second. First, I want to do a quick donor spiel. So here's the thing. The Nebraska Writers Collective, which is the organization that puts this whole thing on, is not the entire story of the people who put this thing on. Right? We're working just with Louder Than a Bomb in 32 schools spread over 4 major cities, like 4 major cities-ish, plus a whole bunch of like satellite metropolitan area stuff. This is a big thing, right? This means that we have students, teaching artists, parents, teachers, certainly some of the administrators, our volunteers, all of you wonderful audience members who are here. This is the whole community thing. So give yourselves a hand for making this happen. It's not just you guys. At the Nebraska Writers Collective, we employ almost 30 teaching artists in some capacity, and we serve over 5,000 young people all over the state in a combination of like one-shot visits, LTAB, certainly Louder Than a Bomb teams, but also workshops at places like the Juvenile Detention Center and at treatment homes for adolescents, wherein this is valuable and important work. But thank you all so much for being here to support this. Woo! And the quick pitch, if you happen to want to support this with a $5 bill, we've got a donation bucket right over here, but you don't have to. Please consider it, but you don't have to. Okay, are you ready to get the 5th round started? Yeah! Yeah, you are. So we're going to hear a 4-person group piece in order from Norfolk, from Central, from Millard North, and then from Millard South. Judges, you guys are going to score this the same way that you always have. Judges, are you all in the room? We got 1 judge, we have 2 judges, we have 3, 4, 5, perfect. Great. Are we ready to start then? Yeah. Let us that clap then, and keep clapping as we bring to the stage our team from Norfolk High School. There we go.
Hi. I'm Vicky Clapper. I'm from Norfolk High. I'm Katie Strong. I'm also from Norfolk High. You don't need to say that. I'm Rachel Cleveround.
And I'm pretty covered.
And the title of our piece is Identity Test.
Attention! Attention!
Mercumsite! Last name first and first name nowhere! Because we really don't care who you are anyways.
But the pencils are too dull.
Where's the pencil sharpener?
Back of the room. I'm in the front, on the proctor's lap. Excuse me, miss.
Ew! Did she really just sneeze on me? Oh, why am I even here?
My parents don't understand at
all. I'm not even smart enough to go to college.
I don't even want to go.
And this place smells like shh.
Did I forget deodorant? Since I was working with the pivots last night, I don't think I showered.
Hurry, step right up to begin the race to your future. In the front we have
4.0.
Followed closely behind by
2.8.
And bringing up the rear is
6 foot, 212 pounds.
Please turn to the first page and mark the corresponding bubble. Are you male, female, or other?
Well, we really don't care what you are.
As long as the bubble that defines you is completely filled in. Now please fill in the corresponding bubble for your grade,
GPA,
class rank,
test scores,
age,
family income,
weight,
BMI,
GNP,
GDP,
and the number of times you flush the toilet in a day.
A train is traveling towards the future at the speed of...
You don't have much time left to...
become the best number that you can be?
4.0.
2.8.
6 foot, 212 pounds.
That's right, folks. The train is now barreling down the tracks to its final destination of completely lost individual identity.
And all that will be left is that number, proudly waving over your head.
I am not 4.0. I'm a scientist, and I want to cure cancer so that no more people like my mom have to die.
I am not just 2.8. I'm an artist whose canvas is a stage and my body the medium.
I am not 6 foot, 212 pounds. I'm 5'9" and 195. But more importantly, I am a sower of seeds and I watch over each individual plant as if it's a child in my care. I am not a number.
But to colleges, I'm 4.0 and 34, and I guess it's a pleasure to meet me.
But I'm really not a number, am I?
2 minutes to 8. And remember, cheating makes everyone lose.
Report it!
In this rat race of academia, we are pushed to create and discover.
So that in the end, we can be the best number that we can be.
Because no one can be as good of number as you.
So you've got nothing to lose. You've already lost who you are.
But no matter how many scholarships
or good grades,
losing your identity is not worth that $sign.
Or an acceptance letter.
Maybe that's why these numbers have never kept me company.
In 6, 5, 4
years of college,
3
people leaving,
2
steps out the door,
1
choice to make.
Put your pencils down. Did you pass?
That was Norfolk High School judges. 3, 2, 1. Scores, please. From low to high, we have an 8.6, 8.9, 9.0, 9.0, and a 9.1. Round of applause for the poets.
And then let us keep that applause going as we welcome to the stage Omaha Central. Get over here.
All right, I'm Nathan.
I'm Lindsay.
I'm Zach.
I'm Emily, and we're seniors from Omaha Central. And this is an application essay. Please describe every significant thing you've ever done and include how each has affected you. Also address the struggles you faced in your education and how you've overcome them, as well as a description of your personality and values.
Do not exceed 200 words.
What? How am I supposed to communicate to you elitist admissions counselors the very
Essence of my existence, the very stuff of my soul in 200 standard English words.
Because that's what you want, right? You want impact, an essay that makes you laugh and cry and really know me. A combination of words so stellar.
Your face melts.
I'm 1/16th Egyptian. Do I qualify for this scholarship?
How can I be diverse? A population is diverse.
I'm only one person with one identity.
Speak for yourselves.
If I started a nonprofit at age 12, does that mean I'll get into Harvard?
Help me, Warren Buffett. You're my only hope.
For the box next to religion, I always write in Jedi.
The word application causes me heart palpitations.
Hey, where are you guys going to school next year?
The CHS Poetry Slam team in 200 words or less.
My parents couldn't start a college fund for me from the time I was conceived, like so many of you may believe. They had other bills to pay. Looks like I'll be paying bills for the rest of my natural life. At this point, money doesn't even seem real.
What do you want to be when you grow up turn into what are you going to major in? And in case you don't know the difference, the first question can be answered with something like, I want to be Batman. The second is expected to be answered with, I want to major in criminal law so we can improve our society and punish the wicked. If you think about it, both answers mean the same thing. But high school doesn't prepare you for the disappointing glances you'll get if you answer, I don't know.
You may argue that my GPA
100.
is a more accurate display of my intelligence than my ACT score, but I tested on only Mountain Dew and 2 hours of sleep the entire time making eyes at the boy next
120.
to me, and I still scored in the 99th percentile. And stop giving me pitying looks. I'm going to UNO by choice.
How can I possibly tell you about 17 years of hardships in so few words? Just because you're too lazy to read more means I have to suffer years of debt. I was adopted by my aunt. Does that count? If I have a job, does that disqualify me for financial aid? I'm going to college to explore, not for you to stifle my creativity. Does my 201st word make me ineligible?
We are not standardized.
We are people.
If you admit us, you'll have new members of your precious learning community who had busted their heads open in mosh pits.
Who only recently outgrew sweaty palms.
The broken 4 Xbox controllers.
Who have Led Zeppelin tattoos, snapbacks, and cigarettes.
But more importantly, people who still find solace in a photography darkroom.
Who gain confidence from the bushy beard hugging their face.
Who wishes she had been allowed to write this essay on her typewriter.
Who works to make 1/3 of his family's income.
You want to know why I'm diverse? But if I told you the quirks that would really enrich your school, I can guarantee that you wouldn't accept me.
Because diversity is only acceptable
as long as it doesn't make other people uncomfortable.
Country poets from Omaha Central High School, judges 3, 2, 1, numbers please. From low to high, we have an 8.2, 8.9, 8.9, 9.0, and a 9.0. Let's give a round of applause to the poets. And then let us keep that applause going as we welcome to the stage our team from Millard North High School.
Hello? Oh, cool.
Hello, we are Millard North. My name is Jacques LaRouge again. Didn't change.
Still Blake.
Emily Kraft. And I'm Fiona.
This is a poem that rhymes.
No, it doesn't, you liar.
Well, now it doesn't. Whatever, let's just get on with this. Now, looks are not everything.
Everyone can be beautiful, except you.
Just this once. Can't we do this without your comments? Once.
Wow, you're really whiny today. Whatever, go.
No, why can't I even get through these measly lines without feeling your pressure?
Just suck it up, wimp.
It's just, God, you're so annoying. Just let me say my words. Just let me be.
You think you're special? That no one else deals with billions of tiny voices in their heads just like me? You think that adorable chick you saw didn't feel the crushing weight of her mirror? You think that ripped athlete didn't work out in the gym until he couldn't move, but coach still says, you're not good enough, you have to do better. Those voices crush you slowly but surely.
Attention, fives, a 10 is speaking. Now, honey, look at me. Look me right in the eyes. Don't listen to him, all right? He's just jealous that we're so beautiful. I mean, have you looked in a mirror?
We are perfection.
It's just, how can I ignore you when you're right in my ear? When every step I take, every move I make, you'll be behind me, watching me, judging with pitiless, indiscriminate remarks. How do I deal with your ruthless, rampaging rants, your imperium of impossible standards and thoughts?
Act like a star. You are a star, okay? And literally, I want you to pretend you are a massive, exploding ball of fiery hotness. And any cretin who dares approach you with negativity will be incinerated in seconds. You are just so hot. Now, there's your friend Emily. Go try acting normal.
I don't know. I don't think this will work.
Hi, Fleck. What's up? I haven't seen you in so long.
Hi, Emily.
Oh, be careful. You're going to embarrass yourself. She's out of your league.
So I was at this party last night, right? And like, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, you're tuning her out now? That's right. I'm in your head.
Stop it. You're distracting
What do you
him.
think you're doing?
No,
Shut up!
Are you okay?
Yeah?
No.
Okay, well, I think I hear my mom calling, so I'm gonna go.
Wow, you really messed that up. You just didn't sweat enough.
Can we please get back to the poem now? You've already proven I lack all social competence.
We're just trying to help. Why
don't you love
me?
us? Yeah, geez.
Looks are not everything. Everyone can be beautiful.
Again, except you.
All you have to do is ignore the voices in your head and be brave.
Because what would I know? I'm just a clever representation of your self-esteem.
And the Millard North High School judges, 3, 2, 1. Scores, please. Get your scores, please. Yes. Your mic stand. Oh, yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Scores, please. There we go. It helps to not turn the microphones off. This is a lesson that I am learning today. From low to high, we have an 8.0, 8.6, 8.8, 8.8, and an 8.8. Let's give a round of applause to the poets now. And then let us keep that applause going as we welcome up to the stage our last poem of the night from Millard South High School.
I don't know what I'm doing. What? I got it. Okay. My name is Courtney Dearman.
Shelby Nichols, Helen Winston,
And I'm Sarah Jensen. We'll be doing a poem called The Two Queer Girls and an Ally. Oh, and we're from Millard South. From the producers of 2.5 Men and fulfilling the diversity quota of the Fox network, it's Two Queer Girls and an Ally, following the adventures of a butch lesbian and all of her short-haired breast-bound glory.
My pastimes include hanging out at Home Depot and plaid.
Your average miniskirt-clad, red-lipped, slutty bisexual who swings
both ways.
And their ally friend.
I love gay people.
All rubbing elbows under one roof. We fight over girls.
We fight over boys. All while operating within the boundaries of our labels.
Make sure to set your DVR so you don't miss the bisexual's latest partner.
Hey, how did you get her number? She stopped by my room after she left yours. Oh, well, I have plenty of other options.
Watch as the adorable ally uses her culinary skills for the common good.
I spent the whole day baking rainbow cupcakes, rainbow cookies, rainbow cobbler, rainbow crepes, and rainbow baklava, all for you.
Take a sneak peek into a day in the life of America's favorite lesbian.
Would you hens stop clucking and toss me the keys to my truck? I'm late for softball practice.
And make sure to not miss the season finale, Night on the Town.
Has anyone seen my leather wristband? Did you touch my red lipstick?
Am I wearing enough human rights campaign wristbands?
Our arrangement is so outrageous!
Everyone will be talking about this commercially viable sitcom crammed with characters and stereotypes the only way you can accept them.
But I am not a character. Being bisexual does not mean that I'm promiscuous, as if I should be condemned for being either.
I am not a character. Baked goods and enthusiasm are not the sole components of activism.
I am not a character. Team sports and Trump purchases are not lesbian prerequisites.
For the last 6 months, I've been in a committed relationship with the woman I love.
I've been working to further my education since my best friend came out to me when I was in 6th grade. I thought it was a phase. I'm sorry, Katie.
When my girlfriend and I go out to dinner, she always pays, and I can listen to her talk for hours.
Creating sitcom characters that reduce human beings to cardboard cutouts enables society to openly mock differences and promote stereotypes.
It breeds ignorance and a freak show audience mentality.
And it teaches that it is a punchline to be.
An ignorant ally.
A promiscuous bisexual.
A masculine presenting lesbian.
Boardroom pitches.
Aimed at attracting a new audience.
As if who we love is a trend to be capitalized upon.
I do not read from a script.
I do not pause for a laugh track.
I am not in a costume.
We are not actors. I understand my privilege and that to be an ally is more than t-shirts and wristbands.
I'm not curious. I'm not confused. I love who I love regardless of gender.
I dress the way I dress and cut my hair to feel comfortable, not to fit into a societal role. This is who we are.
So tune in, America.
We are not characters.
Judges, for the last time tonight. 3, 2, 1 scores. Is this mic on? Yeah, there we go. Scores, please. Okay, from low to high, we have a 9.0, 9.1, 9.3, 9.4, and a 9.6. And if I could have all of the competing poets from all 4 teams up on stage here in about like 8 seconds, it'd be awesome. No, like now. But you have 8 seconds to get here. Up, up, up. All right. While our poets are filtering up, we've got some folks to clap to. First, let us clap for the judges. They've withstood all of our communities all evening. Thank you, judges. Let us clap for the t-shirt table. It's Elise and Anna. Let us clap for DJ Crafton. Let us clap for our still photographer Kevin and our video photographer James. Almost every single poem that you heard tonight will be up on YouTube at youtube.com/LTABOmaha. We've been posting videos since this thing began 3 years ago. They're a couple hundred now. It has become a resource for teachers all across the region, also for poets all across the region. Let us clap for the live stream and the internet, courtesy of ASL interpreter, Pamela and Kara. All right, you probably want to hear the results, huh? So the team that wins tonight, the team that won tonight, at this point, we know who won. The team that won tonight, next Thursday, will compete against Lincoln North Star, Waverly, and also a team that will be determined at this Friday's semifinal at 6:30 p.m. at the Jocelyn Witherspoon Art Gallery Concert Hall, something, downtown Omaha. We've got one more semifinal to go. So, in fourth place, no one. Yeah! In third place, we have a tie between Norfolk and Omaha Central High School. In second place, Millard North High School. And the champions of the semifinals and the advancers to the finals next Thursday, 7 p.m. will be on the Holland Center in the main stage. It's a sweet room, Millard South High If you are a judge, get your scorecard, go over that way. If you are a coach, bring your clipboard to me. I gave you a clipboard. If you're a poet, you poet. Friend it. Tell each other how much you love your work. If you're an audience member, and if you're a human being in this room, we start safely home and make good decisions. I hope to see you on Friday. Thank you all so much. Nice job, man. Give them an essay. Great job, everybody. All right, here we go. Let's have one crazy one, though. Have some fun. Come on. Great job. Way to go, Millard South. Good job. Yeah, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Not done yet, though. What's
No.
next Thursday?
We got 24 hours of celebration, and then we're done celebrating. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah. They're crazy too. They've been going to poetry slams for 10 years. You should like. My mom's pretty tough about it, so. Yeah, cool. Thanks, man. I'm terrified to know what's in that black box. I don't even want to know.
Oh, you know what? Perks of actually living close I think the other perks actually. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, the doors don't open until 6:30. So I'll send out a note. You can come, but you can come through the backstage entrance. Back to the building, they'll send a note.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah.